What's going on YouTube? Today's video, we do have a brand new microphone. This is from a brand called Xtuga. Now they did just release this is the X4. It's a multi-directional microphone. It's a condenser microphone, plug and play with USB-C. We're gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. The price on this retails for $100. We're gonna get straight into it. First, let's start off with the unboxing experience. So on the front of the box, you do obviously have the picture, a handle, multi-directional. On the back, you have the polar patterns, large diagram, microphone core, high fidelity sound quality. It's a very simple packaging. However, when you actually take off the sleeve itself, you are greeted with a kind of like a briefcase. It is executive looking. It's something different. Like looking at this, it's crazy that a microphone is in here. It's nice to keep for travel. It's nice to store in case you move or whatever. It's actually something really different. This is the first time I've ever seen it. So it's just really good first impressions so far when you're doing this. Now unlatching the device, you do have two latches on the front and an inner shell of a lot of foam. So on the top, you are greeted with a user manual, which easily tells you all the detailed pickup mode patterns, what the ports do, how you can go ahead and set it up on your computer. You do have two different types of cables, a USB-C to C, as well as a USB-A to C. So no matter what, you'll be good to go. I would keep these in the box itself in case you do a lot of traveling. Just keep them in the box, and then you can use your own cable at home. Now taking a look at the microphone itself, the design is really nice. It's an all metal design, so it's gonna be a little bit more heavier than considerable microphones out there. The design is a lot bigger than most, I would say, which is definitely a shocker because it looks kind of decently sized on the picture. Like you can see this here. So on Amazon, it looks like that. I mean, it makes sense because it has to capture a lot of audio. So similar to like a Blue Yeti, how that one looks, it's a lot more bigger than a lot most. So I know this is definitely going to be a bigger microphone. So it's good that it's a bigger microphone. You can see it actually in the back right there. Considerably large, but it's bigger than a lot of other microphones out there. This does have 4 polar patterns, a stereo, an omnidirectional, cardioid, and a bidirectional mode. You can change that from the knob on the front of the device, which the knob is semi-responsive. Honestly, they could have done a little bit of improvement on the knob itself, similar to like Blue Yeti or something else. I just don't like the plastic feeling on the knob itself. They should have went metal. When it comes to the back of the device, you do have 2 volume for the microphone itself, as well as your headphone monitoring. So you can plug in headphones on the bottom of the device itself, which the interface on the bottom has 3 inputs. So you have an aux out, a headphone out, and a Type-C. So this is Type-C usability, and then you also have a 3/8 threaded adapter on the bottom, so you can go ahead and mount it on a boom arm like I do have here. So yeah, it's pretty simple. You can go ahead and take off the base, just unscrewing on the sides, and then you're pretty much left with the base that you can go and store in the kit whenever you need to go traveling and you don't have a boom arm available, and then it's pretty easy to actually screw on to a boom arm. This one does illuminate blue when it is recording, and it flashes blue whenever it's muted. I wish it was just a simple blue and red, or green and red, something like that. That's what that one looks like, or flashing red. Now the base itself actually is able to rotate 360 degrees, which is really nice. A lot of flexibility when it comes to that. Pretty much angle it however you want on the desktop, which is really nice. Now because this is a plug and play unit, it has a variety of usage when it comes to what you can use it on. You can use it on MacBook, Windows, PlayStation if you wanted to. It doesn't work on Xbox because Xbox doesn't support any of those without like extra adapters, but it works on PlayStation as well. Let's go ahead and set up this microphone. All right, so we have the microphone here on this boom arm, which we're able to obviously move around. I'm just gonna move it around like this because my boom arm doesn't actually reach. So the front of the microphone is where the volume inputs are at. The back of the microphone is where the mute button is at, and the polar patterns, which I wish it was the opposite way, but it's fine. We're gonna go ahead and plug it in through USB-C here. So we just have a little magnetic cable. My boom arm actually does not allow me to do that. Yeah, it doesn't even allow me to plug it in. Okay, that's a downside. There you go. It doesn't allow me to plug it in because it's way too close. Let me go and show you, hold on. Okay, you see that? It doesn't allow me to plug it in because it's this big piece right here is like right there. Well, that's a bummer. I guess technically we can use one of the side threads for now, unless you do it really sketchy and plug it in through the bottom all the way up. I don't want to break my USB. I'm gonna see if it mounts to the side and see if I could do it like that. It might look weird, but if it works, it works. Because the side is a tripod thread. It is not a 3/8, it's a smaller thread. So I just took off my adapter on my boom arm. Let's see if this works. And it does. So I guess we're gonna mount it like this. It looks weird, but it works. All right, so we have the microphone right here. Obviously, we're at a very awkward angle, so we can't really do it fully. So that's just the downside to this microphone so far. Now, the audio device is called USB PNP. So that's what it's called. All right, so we have the microphone gain volume pretty much all the way up. It's about 80% of the way. And we are an omnidirectional, so that means you can hear us all the way around the microphone itself. So no matter what noise we have going on in the background, my ashy elbows, any noise we have in the background, you'll be able to hear. Very snappy. So now we're in stereo, so you'll be able to hear me better on the right hand side and also better on the left hand side. So it's going to capture front and the back, the front and the back, but it's going to mostly target the left and the right and then mix those in together. So it's a better stereo than what normal stereo would be. And obviously cardioid, we do have this mode as well, which this is the typical mode for many people out there that are on pretty much a lot of microphones. This is the main one that you most likely will be using. However, we're going to check out the other one. So this one is bidirectional. So that means it is the front of the microphone as well as the back of the microphone. So you can hear my keys on the front or the back. This is perfect for, conferences, if you have one-on-ones, a person in the front of the microphone, a person in the back of the microphone, or for people that like to capture, like keyboard noises. So if I were to go here and just type in a bunch of stuff on my keyboard, you could be able to hear that. Or even on like an Xbox controller or a controller in general, you can go ahead and capture the audio. If you wanted to do that, like if you're doing ASMR, then yeah, it would be really, really good. These microphones specifically, like the Blue Yeti, are very popular for ASMR artists. That's just an FYI what it sounds like. We're going to go do the raw versus the edited version. Right now, this is the microphone, what it sounds like fully raw on the cardioid pattern. Same exact volume on both of them. This is exactly what it sounds like when you edit the audio, or how I edit my audio when it sounds for the microphone itself. Same exact settings were on cardioid, same exact volume, about like 80-85%. And we're at the same exact distance. So if you were to be a little bit further away, we could increase the volume, see if it actually helps a little better. Go way farther away. This is like 1.5 feet away in a distance, which is not typical what you would want to do. Let's try an omnidirectional, see if it's even better when it comes to distances. I do find that it is a little bit better when it comes to that. We're at max volume 2 also, by the way. Then that'd be pretty cool for some situations. Let's go back to cardioid. We are now on the third mode for the air purifier. The air purifier is located in the same exact spot how it used to be, just on the right of us. It's a little bit further back, but nonetheless, it's still background noise. And if it's doing a good job canceling it out, then that's really, really good. If it's not, then it's not. Now, obviously, fan noise directly onto it isn't really good because it's not a wind reduction option. It's like a hissing, hums, motor noises, refrigerator noises, etc. It's not going to cancel out like a bunch of keyboard noise or people talking in the background or dogs barking or anything like that. That's not what it's intended to do. Those are different types of cancellation. This is doing a pretty good job when it comes to it. It already has it active on the soundboard itself that's built in. So you don't have an option to turn it on or off. It's just automatically canceling it out without sacrificing any audio quality. So that's pretty cool. That's what it sounds like. Hopefully you guys do like this video. If you want to check out the Xtuga, it is $100 like I mentioned down below. Is it good? In my opinion, it is a really good microphone. Is it better than Blue Yeti? Hit or miss. It might be a slightly better advantage, maybe a slightly less disadvantage. You could be the judge for that. Let me know in the comments down below whether you like this microphone or you don't. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. We out.